Chapter 832! Germa Kingdom!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first, well, I'm going to call it episode 0 of Bestie Boy and Hypocrite in the Podcast. Is that how you want to pronounce it, Gib? Podcast or Podcast? Any preference?
I think
for that?
Podcast, whatever. They can read
I like
they can read it and then argue about it.
I agree. One of the charming things about manga that we're here to discuss is that a lot of the times I'll read a word and I pronounce it totally wrong in my head, and then years later when I hear someone say it out loud, it turns out I was doing it all wrong. Like Hermione, I used to call Hermione, and you can do that as well, fair viewers, with the Podcast, the Podcast, or whatever you want. Anyway, this is our brand new thing we're starting up to talk about One Piece, our favorite manga. I think it's fair to say,
yes,
for both of us. It's been a huge part of both of our lives for decades. And basically, we're starting this for the same reason that I've started other shows, because we already talk about One Piece so much every week. We might as well just record the damn thing and turn it into a show, because I think we have some pretty good things to say about it. It's pretty interesting points to make, and frankly, there's a lot of other people cashing in on this cash cow, so it's time we get a cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You down?
So we're on episode chapter 832, Germa Kingdom. That's by the way, Germa. I always thought of it as Germa, not Germa. You said it as Germa.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Why is that? Is it because it's...
There's got probably because well, okay, I got it. Because you know how it turns out that the Germa Kingdom is full of just guys? It's because girls have cooties. They've got germs. They don't want them there. They get them out of there. That's why it's called the Germa Kingdom, because they got no
Germa
cooties. Kingdom. Well, whatever. It's the same shit either way. But so okay, right. It's chapter 832. So we're a little late to the party, starting on this chapter here, and it's like there's so many things going on. So if this is your first time ever even hearing about One Piece, I mean, this is episode 0, so it's probably not even going up anywhere. Maybe it'll be released like later, just as our first thing. God, there's so much shit you have to know to understand anything that's happening in this fucking
it's definitely
series.
for One Piece people who are just interested in hearing about what people are saying about it.
You know what I'd be interested, and maybe we could have somebody on sometime, that somebody who's like, maybe we get Jesse or something, if he could, stomach reading from right to left for, 15 minutes that it takes to read the chapter. Like, what's it like to come into One Piece? Like a chapter like this, having no idea what the fuck is going on. So, like, in this chapter, there's, like, the main characters, they're, like, wandering around an enchanted woods where, like, everything's alive, the trees are alive, and, like, the ground is alive, and there's weird monsters, and they're fighting them, and then, like, you see this guy, he's like, a prince or something, he's got these royal guys telling him to come back. There's just so much shit going on that you have to, like, that there's, like, 15 years of context built into? God, it's so interesting for me to think about what it's like, because One Piece is for kids, right? There's got to be new kids coming in. I mean, it's for kids. The biggest demographic that reads One Piece is between, I believe it was 18 and 25, is, like, I want to say, like, 40% of the audience, which we fall into for the most part.
Yeah.
Man, okay, whatever. Total side tangent. Let's talk about what's happening in this chapter and what's going on. So,
Well,
what did you think of it?
I thought it was cool because there's a rabbit in it, and he got a spear, and he throws it.
He's the coolest.
I think
Yes, he
the
does.
whole thing about the whole forest being like alive, and the rabbit, it reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know whether that's deliberate, but he might be late. He might be late for something.
This is totally an Alice. This whole arc. What's Totland? I guess you'd call it the Totland arc, because if you don't know, folks, One Piece is broken up into big arcs. There are so many clear Alice in Wonderland parallels. There's the big dude at the center of all this is the Yonko Big Mom, one of the 4 pirate emperor gods, and she is clearly the Queen of Hearts. There's the parallels are obvious.
Yeah.
And like I thought at first that because the crew has taken on a couple extra dudes on this mission to go here to Totland and get the poneglyph and save Sanji from this marriage he's being forced into. Like that girl Carrot is a white rabbit, pretty parallel-y to the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Not sure who fits the actual Alice role here, but like the way the whole world is like kooky and crazy, and like the trees talk and everything's weird and
Maybe
magical.
Maybe Sanji's Alice, because he's got blonde hair. And he's in a strange new world.
I could buy it. It's Rule 63. Or is it 69? Whatever.
63.
Gender Alice. It's something like that. But yeah, this is totally... And this is something that I love about One Piece. All the time, and I don't know if people appreciate this as much, but all the time in One Piece, Oda will take something and, like... He'll make, like, the One Piece version of it. So right now, it's the One Piece version of Alice in Wonderland. Like, with Luffy, with Devil Fruits, contextualized properly. And, like, he's done that before with, God, like, so much stuff. Like, Dressrosa was, like, basically a Spanish city. Or was it Italian? Something like that.
It was Pinocchio, kind of.
Was it Pinocchio?
Well,
Usopp...
There was that one guy. Well, yeah, Usopp. But, like...
because everyone got turned into toys.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I forget.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's something.
But the Nutcracker.
That's what I mean.
Kairos was the Nutcracker. Yeah, the one-legged. Oh God, Kairos was so cool. All I'm saying is, I really like that. I really like that One Piece will take like, Alice in Wonderland, and now it's like One Piece Alice in Wonderland. I really enjoy that, and seeing like it kind of gives you a sense of like expectation for things that we might see later on. Like, okay, when are we going to see, the Cheshire Cat? Who's going to be the Cheshire Cat parallel? That interests me. You know who looks like the Cheshire Cat? That Nekomushi guy. Where's he at?
The
he should be here.
The big cat.
Yeah.
Friend.
Mr. Neko Cat Man. Yeah, he's awesome.
Is he still on the island, or did he go with the others on a mission? I forget.
He stayed behind. Actually, did they go on some mission somewhere?
There's like Luffy and the guys going to save Sanji. Shoot it.
What is this Luffy bullshit?
Luffy, fuck off.
Save Sanji.
Sanji.
And Namai.
No, wait. There's these guys, and then there's there's another group with Zoro going somewhere else, and
they're
then
going to Wano Kingdom to get their shit started over there.
Oh
yeah, I think that's where they went.
But who? Yeah.
Wait, did they split into 3 groups or 2?
They did. There are 3 groups. There's one staying on the island because of something.
Why the fuck was that? I think just to like protect it or something from in case what's his face came back. Big Elephant Man, Mammoth Man, Jack. Yeah, I believe that was it. Well, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. So it's one of these arcs right now. One Piece has a little bit of a problem right now where there's just kind of too many main characters. There's like 10 Straw Hats. Is it 9 or 10? I think it's 9 total.
I think it's 10 at the moment.
Whatever. There's 9 or 10, and it's hard to like focus on all of them at once. Oda really can't. He's not the best at like splitting time between all of them in a satisfying way. Sometimes it feels pretty annoying to get like one thing happens with Zoro, and then one thing happens with Luffy, and then one thing happens with Nami, and it can be a little bit annoying.
One thing happens. I mean, he does a really good job of like making sure that everybody in an arc is doing something. I mean, sometimes like in some of the smaller parts of arcs, some characters are just standing around waiting for stuff to happen.
Well, you know what I kind of mean? It's kind of a bigger thing. Like what for example has Brook done at all?
Well, he's the
last like
he hasn't had a big old moment yet since the
I mean like Chopper hasn't done anything particularly amazing in a long time. Even Robin, my girl, she hasn't done anything really important in a very long time, and it's just because, and I don't mind it really. There's really no way around it because I love every member of the crew. And I like the fact that they're this big family, all doing stuff together, and there's really just no way to solve it. So, whatever, Oda does the best he can. It's just something that comes with the territory. I want everyone to have a special moment all the time. Like last arc, Usopp had like the greatest moment of his entire pirating career as God Usopp, and doing the sniping thing on Sugar. Oh my God, that was so awesome. And I guess, I don't know, Chopper, like, as a doctor in the, on not Vegapunks. Fuck, what was that island? The first island, the fire and ice island. Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
He was like a doctor man, and Nami had a little thing with that, too. That was cool. Okay, you know, whatever. We're getting off on a tangent here.
Well, I think you're trying to explain too much of the whole One Piece thing.
I can't help it.
Yeah,
But
I
okay,
know.
that's probably true.
Because, like, the people who are gonna watch a thing about the chapter probably know all the things you're saying anyway.
Do they, though? I don't know if people appreciate it as much as me, because I'm the smartest man in the world.
Well, you can build on a thing if it's brought up in a chapter, but if, like, you don't need to explain where they are and why they are where they are.
But I want to. Okay,
You're just gonna waste time.
You're a waste of my time. Okay. Okay, let's talk about other things that happen in the chapter. So, you know what I don't really like, and this is kind of a thing about a larger issue, or it's not that I don't like anything. It's just that the most... Actually, that's not even true. I was going to say that, like, the most boring part of One Piece is kind of at the beginning of a new arc, but it's actually not.
That's not true.
And we're at the beginning, we're at the, like, sort of the establishing point of the Totland arc. So they've got to Whole Cake Island now. They had to travel through a bunch of other islands to get there, and I really enjoyed all of that. We got to meet Big Mom. We got a taste of what her powers are. We get to see some of, like, Pedro's backstory, the guys who were traveling with the crew now.
What's the name of the girl who Sanji was supposed to marry? Pudding?
Oh, Pudding. She's great. She's Triclops, probably. I think she's a major cutie. She's a sweetheart, and I like her a lot. And the idea of Sanji, like, being able to marry her if he wants to, but not, he wants to stay loyal to the Straw Hats.
The fact that she's not that bad of a choice makes it all the more interesting.
She's a choice. She's a choice.
But it makes it all the more interesting that his deciding to stay with the crew is a bigger
because
deal.
everyone knows Sanji is girl crazy, and just the fact that he's got this puss on a platter waiting for him right there if he just reaches out and takes it. Some prime puss, people, but he just won't do it, and he looks pretty angry. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it." I feel for Sanji,
at the end of this chapter, you see Sanji, and he's got all these, like, 10 maids that could service him whenever he wants.
They could service him. Oh man!
And he's like, "Oh God, I could have it."
His slutty sister is just laying it out before him. Oh man! Oh, okay. Well, let's just get into that, I guess.
Hang on.
Sanji's family. What's up?
I saw him in the lounge place. Sorry, my dad wanted to talk to me about pasta. Let's cut that out.
I heard him talk about sausage and eggs and other.
He didn't say that.
He said, "I heard sausage. I heard
he said sausage, bacon, chili, garlic, pasta sauce. It's great, but that's not.
It does sound great.
That's not in this mango chapter.
That's true.
What is in this mango chapter is what you were gonna say. I forgot.
Oh, I was going to say, Sanji's family has recently been introduced, and the introduction of Sanji's family is kind of a huge deal, and ties into a whole bunch of stuff. But like, just to keep it short, it's just so the Straw Hat crew keeps getting members, as it kept getting members as the series went on, and nobody really, like, they'd get like a flashback when we first met them, but other than that, it wouldn't really be discussed what their history was, and that would leave things open for, like, Luffy to have family members, like two brothers, as it turned out, or whatever, and all that stuff. And so, like, boom, out of nowhere, Sanji, turns out, got a family, has a family that exists. He's got a last name, Vinsmoke, which we'd never heard throughout the entire fucking series. Nobody asked him if he had a fucking last name, and he never offered it. And he's a fucking king. He's a prince of a fucking North Blue country. And there were a little bit of hints that Oda kind of, once in a while he would put like, oh guys, maybe think about Sanji's history. I'm gonna add some little bits like, oh, he's from North Blue. What is that? What's that about?
A few little moments where like people have pieced together that Sanji might have been a prince before it was revealed, which was cool.
Yep. I mean, it became
was that
fairly
thing
obvious
with his bounty, like he had to be brought back alive when people were like, oh.
That was the tipping point that something big was going to go on with Sanji for sure. Because why the fuck would that be the case? And now that we've met his family, I both love it and am a little annoyed by it. I love everything about the details. The Germa 66, I think, are super cool. We're going to learn about why Sanji's such a weirdo who's so weird around women all the time and won't, treat them whatever. I'm looking forward to learning about that. This is a thing that always has annoyed me about One Piece, and I know why Oda does it, but it has negative repercussions, and it's the fact of that thing I just said before, where he never goes into any of the main characters' backstory in too much detail. Really, I know that it's so as to leave space for him to fill it in later, but, like, the fact that we didn't even know his goddamn last name. Nobody asked. Nobody asked his last name.
The whole nobody asked. Like, always with the nobody asked. Like, nobody asked Luffy if he had whatever. Nobody asked Sanji his last name.
Those are the exact...
this is the thing. They're pirates, right? Pirates are like... Yes. They don't care about the backstory, the backpastness. They probably wouldn't ever really talk about it. They're just, like, leaving behind their past, because all of their pasts are bad. They wouldn't want to talk about it. They wouldn't want to bring it up, I don't think. They're just sort of like, we're here now. We're in the present and such.
That is very true. And that's really the biggest counter-argument. One Piece is all about living in the moment, going on adventures, not really worrying even about where you're going so much as, being on a journey somewhere. So on that front, I totally get it. It's just that it reaches over the border of believability to me that they wouldn't even, like, ever discuss that Sanji, like, had a family. Like, was this really... They're such pirates about living in the moment. We're not even curious about the histories of any of our members. Like, it's just... It strains my
I just
my
don't
belief.
think it's a
That's
thing
all.
that... Like, I don't usually ask people about their family ever.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, if they say, like, oh, I really miss... I'm feeling really lonely. It's like, oh, you got family. Like, I can understand of that, but I don't think... I just don't understand this thing that people asking about your family or about anything. I don't ask questions about people.
Dude, okay, you just gotta think about it like this. These people have spent literal years together at this point.
Whoa.
It never came up in conversation. Never. It's just a conversation. It's not, like Luffy was... Okay, you know what it really is? Remember when Luffy was going to save Ace, right? And he's on the boat. Ace is at Marine headquarters, and they're on their way to go get him, right? That happened, right? Up to that point, it had never been discussed what anyone's history was. But, like, okay, so then there's a chapter where Sengoku announces that Ace is the son of Gold Roger. And then, like, the next chapter, it just so happens to come up in discussion between Luffy and, like, the inmates that he's traveling with. For no particular... They're just talking about Ace. And he's like, oh, by the way, Ace's dad is Gold Roger. And they're like, what? So it just happened to come up then, but, like, none of this history stuff ever comes up in another time?
Saying that? Did he
Luffy offered that information. Nobody else knew.
Okay.
He just
brought
it up.
Though. He's fucking silly. He's a fucking silly Billy.
Silly doesn't explain... This drastic change of attitude just to make it convenient for the storytelling.
I think as a storyteller, you can't make like everything super realistic. This is mostly like a comedy manga. I think it's okay for some things to be a bit silly like that, like the way that Luffy's just like saying, "Oh yeah, he's Gold Roger's son." Like the fact that he didn't think it was a big deal. It makes sense for his character, and it's funny.
I don't want to mischaracterize myself.
Moment. I like.
I don't want to be
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you for the large part. I understand that One Piece is a silly series, and I love the silly stuff about it. there's just occasional things like this, and they're not common, that annoy me about the way that he's gone about it. You know, that's it. That's it. Whatever. Okay, let's let's talk about other shit.
I want to talk about one thing about Sanji's dad.
Okay, he's pretty cool.
He's really tall, right? And none of his children seem to be really tall. Why?
Right.
What about his like huge? Because there's like different types of human, like sects of human height things. There's like the really tall guys, and there's the sort of normal-sized guys.
I mean, the first thing is that biology is really fast and loose in One Piece, and
I know. I was just thinking,
why was Whitebeard so big? You know.
Well, I know that humans can be loads of different sizes, but
yeah,
I feel like maybe as you get older, you just get bigger. Like you don't stop growing. Like if you're really old,
Dr. Kureha is like 150, and she's still pretty small though.
Well, she's pretty tall, I guess.
But she's a lady.
Garp was fucking... Well, he's big. Oh, anyway,
he's not that big.
He's not that big, I guess. Why is Sanji's dad so tall? Is he got a guy
the answer
on his
is
stilts?
because Oda wanted him to be an intimidating character. That's the answer. And because this is exactly what I'm saying. Because this is One Piece, I don't care. Like that works for me in One Piece.
Yeah,
because it's a comic book kind of thing.
The only reason I was thinking about that is because you brought up before we started really recording that Big Mom. Big Man.
Fucking,
she's huge, and
she's
thinking,
she's big.
Like all her daughters seem to be huge, apart from Pudding. But like the shark hammerhead.
I love that shark lady, like Praline or something. She's
huge.
The cutest. She's the sexiest. She's my favorite waifu ever. I love her.
And what was the one that was introduced in this chapter? The forest one.
The creepy witch bitch.
The creepy.
By the way,
gingerbread house lady. I don't know.
I absolutely love the fact that like all the enemies in this arc are Big Mom's direct children, and she's got like 50 husbands and like 100 kids or something. It's the coolest. I love it. It's cool. It's this creepy, awesome, fucking bizarre thing. Oh, her name is Charlotte Brûlé. Yeah. Eighth daughter. That's pretty old. I want to meet the whole family. I want to take a family photo. I want them all to have. Oh God! And how cool is Shark Daughter? Because she loves Aladdin. She loves like goatfish. She loves him, and she would leave Big Mom to be with. Oh God! I love One Piece. I love this fucking series.
It was pretty cool.
Man, you know, One Piece has this weird thing where so you know how Oda has like, this is the thing that people always say about One Piece, all the hot women look the same. They've all got like the exact Nami body type, huge tits, hourglass figure to an extreme. Like that's just something people say. But like for me, I mean, Robin is my favorite waifu of all time. She's the hottest woman who ever lived. But aside from that, like I love some of the weird, sexy ladies he draws. Like this hammerhead fishman lady, mermaid, is so hot. I love her. And Sandersonia, this like bizarrely proportioned freakish snake lady, I think she's one of the hottest girls in the series.
Oh, is she the one with the turquoise hair?
Yeah, that's her.
And the white head. I love the white head. I don't know why.
The white head is so cute. I don't know, man. She's got that snake tongue. I don't know, dude. She's a sexy lady.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love the children of Big Mom directly being the enemies of this. You know what it's like? It's like the Walder Frey and the Freys of the two towers, kinda. Whatever, the twin peaks.
the place.
Twin Peaks.
The Bridge.
Yeah. In Game of Thrones, people know what I'm saying. They said that Walder Frey could fill an army's ranks from his trousers. Something like that.
By coming
okay, what happened at the end of this? So,
well, in the middle, there was a cool thing.
Yeah.
The Germa 66 kingdom is a fucking floating section, like a connection puzzle of ships that are snails.
And these cute little snail guys hold it up.
They go around the world, and it's a whole kingdom. It's pretty cool.
Did you also notice that, here's something our savvy viewers may have seen, the shape of the castle is extremely similar to the shape of, you know, the kingdom that Mont Blanc Norland came from years and years ago. If you look at the castle, it's got that same kind of, like, obviously retarded architecture, where it's kind of leaning out in different directions. And as we all know, they're both from North Blue. It's on page 17 if you're on Manga Stream.
What's the name of that thing?
Fuck, what was the name of that? I'm just gonna Google Montlake Norland Kingdom.
Clickety
Let's see
clack.
here. It's gonna say it's from like Livneal, Lvneal Kingdom, and if you click on it, oh, you know what? Okay, this is a shitty picture. Well, trust me, it looks like.
Do you have a link? Can't find it.
Let me. All right, one sec. It's all over like the Jaya arc, and that's not terrible. Here. Well, the point is it's got like this weird storybook kind of quality to it. Here's the there you go.
Oh, yeah. I kind of
see the similarity?
It.
It's got a similar structure. I feel that it's deliberate. That's all I'm saying. But let's talk about the mechanics of this kingdom, the Germa 66. So these guys, so not too long ago, they introduced the fact that there's like a TV show or something that's in One Piece, or I think it's like a comic that runs in like the famous newspaper. I don't know if that is a name in One Piece. Well, the newspaper that everyone reads, there's like a comic that's been printed there. Sora, I think it's called like Sora or something, and it's like a marine propaganda comic about one like heroic marine guy who fights against the Germa 66, who are this like evil secret organization. But they're like a real thing. They're a real royal family, and like, you know, war mercenary guys that live. I mean, they're from North Blue, so they were the kings, but they were kicked out. So I'm wondering if they like were Tenryubito, or if they like got kicked out before that happened, or what's the connection there. But
there's
whatever,
definitely
it doesn't
some
matter.
sort of a mystery to solve in why the Germa is like floating now.
Right, because they ruled the entire North Blue once upon a time, which is possibly
If
more
they're
than
against
anyone
the Marines,
besides
they
the
might
world
actually
government.
be okay people. Like, Sanji's dad might not actually be a villain.
You know, that
He might
is
be
an
like a
interesting...
half, like, sympathetic guy who's selling his son to Big Mom so that he can strengthen ties, so that he can protect his family, more than, you know, being evil.
What a generous interpretation, but I like it. Because, you know,
I mean,
really,
I don't know yet. I just like to think that things could happen in that sort of way.
There's something interesting going on in One Piece right now. So, like, in the beginning of One Piece, it was kind of just Luffy going around, meeting new crew members, having adventures on, like, one island with them, and then leaving and, you know, going and repeating the process until he got a bunch of guys. But things have totally changed in the second half of One Piece now. Now, what we're seeing is arcs where he recruits allies more than anything else, where he's starting to accrue like a following among people that are not directly in his crew. And like last arc, a bunch of people like pledged their loyalty to him, and that's cool.
And now kind of the Sun Pirates might be because of Jinbei.
Oh, definitely. And I'm still a little torn about. So okay, let's just talk about that. Jinbei is going to join. 99% likelihood Jinbei's joining the crew, unless he like dies during this arc, but I don't see that happening. And that's cool. I don't mind it. It's just that problem I was talking about before with another crew member who's gonna need screen time, and in my opinion, he's by far the least interesting guy out of all the crew members, except maybe Nami, but that's only because they've done everything with Nami they're going to do.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but I think he'll be cool enough. I wouldn't mind it too much.
I'm open to it.
As long as like the other characters like Brook get their screen time in this arc or the next one, like during whatever travels they have something to do. And then
I want yeah. I want Robin and Brook to get more screen time. That's really the most thing I want. I want them to do meaningful things.
I want
is what
Robin
I should
to do
say.
like a spy thing, like using her powers to
she's
be
so
like
good at
stealthy.
That. Remember when she and like Bluno in Water 7 snuck in to try to assassinate Iceberg using their powers and shit? That was so cool. I love that. Do that again. She's an assassin. That's her specialty, right? Go kill everyone. Go kill the Tenryubito, whatever. I love you, Robin. You're the best. But you know what I was going to say before was just that it's pretty clear, and this, I don't know if there's like a spoiler. This isn't a spoiler if you know One Piece at all. So, like, remember way back in Thriller Bark when that big fat bitch Lola, or whatever her name was, made friends with the Straw Hats? And they all sang Bink Sake together, and it was magical, and I actually really like her. I don't mean to disparage her. She wrote them a note saying, "My mom is a big pirate out in the New World. If you give this to her, she'll be on your side. And at this point, we've met a character who looks exactly like Lola, who's a daughter of Big Mom. So it's pretty clear her mom is Big Mom. There's no way around it. And
could she be the granddaughter of one of the first daughters, maybe?
Well, she said that it was her
just
mother.
A small pirate, and she wasn't really like. I don't know.
Yeah,
she felt like too much of a small timer to be Big Mom's daughter.
Well, look at Pudding. I mean, Pudding ain't too hot of shit herself. She's just she's like just a sweets maker, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's extremely likely. I'm pretty much 100% that Big Mom is Lola's mother, and the Straw Hats are going to, they'll have their little adventure here. They'll end up face to face with Mom, maybe fight for a little bit, but it will become clear, and that note is the MacGuffin of this arc. They will reveal, the note will be revealed.
What was it? And it'll be like, again?
It was just Charlotte saying, oh no, it wasn't Charlotte. Whatever, Lola. It was just Lola writing a note to her mother about how the Straw Hats had saved her life and to be nice to them. And that's pretty much it. And then, since then, Oda, declared war on Big Mom back on Fishman Island.
Oda did.
Has been... Luffy. Luffy. Surrogate Oda through Luffy. Declared war on Big Mom. They got beef now. Now he's breaking into her place to try to, steal the poneglyph or make a copy of it, and to save Sanji, fucking with their shit. So, it's building this history between the two, but I think it's all pretty much going to be solved when the note is shown. And she's like, oh, wow. Because Big Mom is being set up, as always.
She was being set up as somebody who would kill her children, though.
All right, but here's the thing, though. She's been set up as someone who... Well, okay, when she goes into her rage, she'll probably do that. And here's what I think is going to happen. So Big Mom has already been established to always, demand payment for, services. And, pirates, you have to, settle your debts. Because, now that Jinbei's leaving, she's, demanding shit of him. She's like, oh, I'm losing something by you leaving my crew. You owe me. You have to lose something as well. I'm not even going to receive anything, but you have to lose something, too. So, doesn't it just seem extremely likely that what's going to happen is Luffy will meet her. She might go into, a sweets rage. There will be a fight. They will fight. But, I would hope that Luffy can't beat Big Mom right now, because that would be a bit Mary Sue if he could defeat a Yonko already. But they're going to fight for a little bit, and then the note's going to come out. It's going to say, Straw Hat saved my life. I'm your daughter, be nice to him. And she's going to think to herself, oh, man, I owe this guy. I've been established as someone who believes in paying off their debts. I now owe him for my daughter's life. I am going to do XYZ. Give him the poneglyph. Give him Sanji. I don't know. It's going to be more complex than that, but that's what's going to happen.
I think she'll give him Sanji, maybe, and then they'll steal the poneglyph and then make her mad again.
Yeah.
And then they'll be a war
It amuses
again.
me to think of them actually stealing the poneglyph. I think they're going to, make a copy of it somehow. On a paper or something. I don't know. Pedro said, I'm just going to go steal it. This cheetah man or jaguar or whatever is just I'm just going to go steal this poneglyph. It's huge. How's he going to steal it?
He's pretty strong. He's gonna...
all we've seen him do so far is teleport around. Teleports behind you, tips fedora kind of thing. And that's cool.
It'd be pretty funny to see, a giant cube just slowly moving out, and he's like, wait!
It's just, covered by a thin sheet, and, the wind picks up the edges, and you see that's, the red poneglyph that these things are, and he's like, no, don't look! I'm just moving some shit around here, no need to pay attention to the cheetah man. Yeah, I like the minks. They're cool. I'm glad they're around. Oh, you know what the best thing about the minks of all is? Is that Chopper now has a bitch of his own. He's got a reindeer bitch to fuck. How awesome is that? I was so worried. For years, people, I have been terrified that Chopper will grow up into a handsome young man and have literally no bitches to fuck. But now, there's a mink bitch that's already, in love with him or something. There was little hearts over her head, and he's like, oh my god, there's a sexy reindeer lady. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. It's the greatest thing that ever happened in One Piece. Thank you, Oda! Oh, man. So, in summary, we're learning about Sanji's family, which is I'm super interested in. We're getting deeper into Whole Cake Island. I don't love the forest stuff. To me, it feels kind of like a waste of time because I don't really care about goofy adventure. Remember all the stuff in Skypiea when they were just fucking around the forest for 20 episodes?
Yeah,
that was boring. It was boring. I like all the main dudes, like the priests in Skypiea were
Forests
fairly
in general
cool.
are usually kind of boring for some reason.
Agreed, but I think we might already be done with it. So, like, 2 chapters of that, and now it's done. And now we met, like, now, oh, bam, we got Big Mom's daughter. Now things are interesting again. And now we can just move on, and I think it's going to be good. So this chapter was, like, a little bit boring at first, but, like, just listen to me gush about One Piece. No one chapter is going to, like, is going to make me sour on the experience at all. There's so much shit going on. There's 2 decades of context in every page I read. I like One Piece. I like it. That's what I'm saying. Got any other closing points to make?
Trying to think. There's the bit right at the end with Sanji's dad. Like he's saying,
he wants to fight.
Yeah, he want to fight with their fists, and Sanji says, "I use my feet instead." He doesn't say that, but he'll say it next time.
He will. You know, there's the other thing about Sanji being a chef. You know, it's obviously his big thing in life. I'm guessing that doesn't come from his family. I'm guessing that comes from, like, the chefs he grew up with.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested to see why he ran away. You know, he said that, like, he just didn't want to be with these guys.
I've always imagined, ever since I realized that he had a family, that he probably, something happened to his mother which caused him to run away.
You have told me about that before.
We haven't seen his mother yet. And his dad seems like a really mean bitch.
She's mysteriously absent. So let's just hear your theory. So you think that his mother was, like, abused or something, or murdered
possibly.
or something?
Something might have gone wrong with her. Like the whole thing about Sanji liking women is not just that he's a pervert, is that he likes to, like, stand and protect women. He's like, I want to be strong.
It goes far
and
beyond being a pervert. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he'd lay down his life. He wouldn't attack a woman ever.
He would rather die than hit a woman, which is pretty intense.
Yeah, so it's like, I think that might be coming from his mother really loving him and his father being like, you gotta be a strong asshole and you gotta train and fuck you, and he beats his mother. And he's like,
I didn't agree
away.
with you. I didn't agree with you at first, but now seeing his dad, I think I think we're gonna get another Sanji flashback, and we're gonna see that. I think his mom is going to be like the dude. She's going to be the Otohime of this arc.
Yeah.
Remember her? She was cool.
Otohime.
I really liked Otohime.
Big fish.
Yeah, all right. I'm out. I'm out of shit to say for now.
Yeah.
How about you? Good?
Yep, we're good.
Satisfied?
We didn't really talk about the specifics of the chapter, but yeah, it's pretty good. We're going to try and do more of these things.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll, like, post this one somewhere.
Every chapter that has, like, interesting points for us to go like, we'll talk about it again. But
absolutely.
We'll
and hopefully we'll be doing this every single week. But One Piece comes out like 3 times a month now, which is a little bit annoying. Oda, get your shit together, you fat piece of shit. Stop fucking your wife. But we'll see how it goes. This is just a practice run, so who knows what will be the fate of this particular recording. We shall see. We shall see in the future. Well, thanks. Oh, God. I didn't even introduce... Did I introduce you at first?
No.
Ah, shit. Why didn't you stop me?
It's me.
Okay,
I'm the guy.
That's hypocrite, but I call him Gib a lot of the time. Give and take. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you sometime soon on the next Podcast. Does the D stand for devil? Because they're the opposite of the Tenryubito angels. Is that what it is? I think it's devil.
Maybe.
That's my guess. We'll cover that mystery and so many more next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.